yourself. I believe in me. You gotta believe in yourself first before anyone else can believe in you. I fuck with you if you fuck with me. I fuck with you if you fuck with me. I fuck with you if you fuck with me. I fuck with you if you fuck with me. Look, there goes somebody fly to me. Made you look, the voice in your head is God. That's my favorite book. I'm the author, money on the wood is understood. But instead I had to skip class and go and make a jewel. College grad, might I add? Let me retract. I'm a gift that's already open. Let me reroute. Had it up to here with the money. Talking kneecap. It's a thin line between cuss outs and the defects. Ask them folks to give me a chance. I'm just a juvenile. Got so high I told my attorney that I'm a sewer cloud. Catch me backing out the space. I can move the crowd. If somebody die over here, the neighbors moving out. Always get portrayed as a villain of what I'm feeling. Ran the shit up off adrenaline and got a million. Then got another meal. Can't forget the other deal. Yeah, I got plenty more. Bitch, I'm talking 20 more. I do a show in the Fendi store. You know I'm great. I'm talking 8. I'm talking 24. I'm talking pool. I'm talking lake. I'm talking tennis court. I'm 6'5", it's hard to ride in an Aventador. Tony. I fuck with you if you fuck with me. I fuck with you if you fuck with me. I'm sorry, I fuck with you if you fuck with me. I fuck with you if you fuck with me. Yeah, red clay under my shoes like Louis Vuitton. Out here doing the best we can, just me and my mom. Every now and then it's a man and then he be gone. If you don't understand what I'm saying, then leave it alone. Environment where I'm from is character building. Get rich, get out the slum, have arrogant children. Go through this, you probably need therapy, probably need healing. Where I'm from, nigga be robbing, nigga be stealing. Where I'm from, if I'm in the building, gun in the building, chopped on the cement, willing and dealing, making it work, wonderful feeling. Take them to church, true to my religion, do your research. I fuck with you if you fuck with me. I fuck with you if you fuck with me. At a very high level, I fuck with you if you fuck with me. I fuck with you if you fuck with me. Yeah. I respect you, you respect me. You respect me, I respect you. You know how this shit goes. I'm drinking ginger with the turmeric tea. Got the honey in it. Both mine counting my pants. Got money in it. Someone to take your idea and run off with it. What's for you was only for you. Don't even trip about it. Check the perimeter. We put a private fence around it. Convicts around it. Hardship was fixed around it. I mixed the upper with the downer, baby. I ain't rushing you like Britney Griner, baby. I wear the pussy out like it's designer, baby. I used to get them with this one liner, baby. I'm here to right my wrongs. Girls mature faster than guys, right or wrong.
Good evening. Good evening. Hello. How are you guys doing? Well, I hope. Hopefully, everyone had a great day. Hopefully, everyone had a great evening. And more importantly, hopefully, everyone is doing well. That is always the hope. I was feeling froggy, so I said we can do a semi-open panel if anybody else is feeling froggy with me. We won't be here for long. So if you're not feeling froggy, I totally get it. Totally. So let's see what it says. You can have up to 6 people on the screen at once. Upgrade if you need more. I will not. I wonder if they mean 6 including me. That's what I'm going to assume. So guys, it's given I can have 5 people up here. Let's see. And then you all can let me know if the link is hittable or not. Hold on. How do we do this? Oh, here we go. Boom shakalaka. It's been a little grippy grip. Alright, so I just pinned it. I'm not sure if it's hittable. Hold on. Hopefully StreamYard don't kick me out. Good evening, Cloud Dwellers. Okay, it looks to be hittable. So at least we have that squared away. Good evening, Cloud Dwellers, or Cloud Dweller. How are you doing? Do you want to hit the link and say hello? Are you feeling froggy? And would you like to leave? Those are the two questions. Are you feeling froggy? And would you like to leave? Because the link is pinned. Let's see what else I want to listen to. Definitely can keep the vibe where it's at. I don't want nothing. I don't want to play nothing overstimulating. I don't mind it not being instrumentals. Just go around. Oh, I do like this song. I'm not sure if you guys are going to be. May it? Let me turn it down. You guys may only be able to hear it faintly because I'm not going to put the speakers to it. I just want to have some background music while I'm talking. I'm not going to put my headphones to it, to the speaker. Excuse me. Man, my girl Shelly Show is live right now. Zag Nabbit. I'm gonna have to catch her on the flip side. Shelly, my bad, girl. I'm gonna have to catch you on the flip side. Lurking on my timeline. Yeah, I ain't got nothing going on. I'm just rocking out. Hold on. I'm not gonna do a live in the morning. Yeah, I do believe there's going to be a sniper who is going to be live in the morning. So I want to be in attendance for that and do the most. I'm throwing bows. I know y'all can't hear this song. This song is called Group Chat, and then it says purpose in parentheses, and it is Dear Silas featuring Trey the Truth. I like this song. I got purpose on my mind. Got no time to lose. Lurking on my timeline. Living in my purpose. Hold on. I'm gonna put the headphones to the speaker so y'all can hear Trey the Truth part because I like his part. I like the whole song. Don't get it twisted. Dear Silas is my guy. Hold on.
Lurking on my timeline, no time. I got purpose on my grind, can't fuck up grind, got no time to lose. Working all that flogging, I've been dodging them bugaboos. Lurking on my timeline, no time for them lazy fools. Living in my purpose, hell, nah, I can't fuck with. Damn, why these niggas ain't on Nachi? I'm slamming, Maybach goes. I was broke, these souls ain't for me. Now I'm in the payback holes. Brand new crib, bag and a timepiece. Damn, this can't be those. On it, I go and I get it, nobody gon' stop. I just can't see those. In the city, hanging like a fella. You don't wanna get in my way. No, go up and I play for sure. Get a new bag, they hate. Thinking my way, I can't know where I start. Everyone that's departed on the low. Checking my list, I feel like I'm a stove. Thinking my shit that I done felt before. I know these niggas be worthless. I gotta step in my purpose. I'm fly, might take them to church. Got them feeling like a Sunday service. Ain't on my spirit, be killing. That's probably why the niggas nervous. I'm in that pit, I'm somewhere at the top. You barely scratch the surface. I got purpose on my grind. Can't fuck up grind. Got no time to do. Working all the time.
Yeah, I like Dear Silas. Y'all gotta check him out. Check him out if you haven't already. I feel like he's one of them artists where, to me, I feel like all bangers, but everybody's taste in music is different. But I feel like he's one of them artists where if you just go through his catalog, you're gonna find more than a handful of songs that you're gonna like, even if you find more than a handful that you don't. That's just how much work he has put in, in my opinion. Very talented. No time to lose. He's the one person just lurking all weird like in my clowns. Say hi. Duh. Matter of fact, whoever you are in the link, even if I got you, Bing, hit the link and we can talk if you're gonna talk to me nice. If you're gonna be disrespectful, then we can't talk. But I'd rather you hit the link when I'm saying it's a semi-open panel than you just chilling in my clowns. Because why are you doing that? You know, hit the link. 'Cause obviously you like listening to me. It's what it gives. That's what it gives. I could be wrong though. Could just be being nosy just to see if I'm going to be talking about anybody. I'm not. We're just chilling. I'm not going to be talking about nobody. Nobody. Then who you going to be talking about? Nobody, baby. So we're just chilling. That's it. Let me see. Oh, I like this one too. This one's Dear Silas. Message. This one is called, I don't know what the heck. Milkleton. I think that's the name of his dog. Milkleton. And then in parentheses, it says that's my dog. But obviously the song is deeper than his dog. He's talking about all his folks. I like the song.
I like that right there. Hold up.
That's my twin. That's my round. We gonna sing. I messed that one up. I'ma have to spin. What we say? Roll out, friends. What y'all doing? I told y'all what I'm doing. Vibing. Oh yeah, what was I saying? So yeah, I'm not going to be doing no live in the morning because if I'm not mistaken, there's supposed to be a sniper who's supposed to be going live. So I want to be in attendance for that. And then, tomorrow's Friday. So we're going to be doing our baseball talk. Hopefully my bro Ham ain't got nothing going on. I don't know where he got going on tonight. But whatever he's doing, I know he's doing his thing. My sis F&M was supposed to go live tonight. I was looking forward to that, but I dig it. Sometimes it is what it is. Either way, I would have been there. Shout out to F&M. Shout out to my girl Shelly. Shout out to you, V. Hope you're having a great Thursday. I am. Hit the link. How are you? Well, I hope. Ooh. Shout out to OSD. That's my dog. What you got going on? Hey, hey, hey. I'm just vibing. I was feeling froggy. Partially froggy. You said woof woof. For real. I don't know why. Never mind. Never mind. But yeah, you already know we pull it in the other side of the pillow. And I don't seem to understand what the problem could possibly be with something like that. Because I support all my folks and shout all my folks out. But for some reason, there seems to be an issue with me shouting out and supporting, a particular one of my folks, and I don't understand. You said cooler than a polar bear toe. Okay, best believe it. Hey, Arabia. Barbosa. How are you doing? Look, Arabia, I was feeling partially froggy. The link is pinned. The link is pinned. And it said I could have about 5 people on there. Message. So I could have about 5 folks up here. Go figure. 6, but I'm thinking including myself. The art of pivoting is a hell of a thing. Isn't it? Isn't it? I believe to be so. Shout out to Stuff is Dope. This song is called Carry On Luggage. Don't let it go over your head. I'm going to let y'all listen to it. And then if y'all want to hit the link, hit the link.
Carry on luggage. Don't let that bag go over your head like carry on luggage. Carry on luggage. Carry on luggage. Don't you let that bag go over your head like carry on luggage. You ain't putting no work in if you're not the topic of discussion. To the beat of my own drum, my personal percussion. Putting out that content for the masses, public consumption. They saying damn, dope, lyrical arsonist like you Rambo.
Reload.
Painting on instrumentals like Van Gogh. Dance though, magic this from the eat, not Orlando. Big Caro, this track is a heater, that's what they ask for. Gotta ask me, do I like it? Just know that I love it. Got that creative control, you work within your budget. If you post that content for consumption, then it's for the public. So don't let that go over your head like carry on luggage. Don't let that bag go over your head like carry on luggage. Carry on luggage. Carry on luggage. Don't let that bag go over your head like carry on luggage. Carry on luggage. Carry on luggage. Don't you let that bag go over your head like carry on luggage. Just watch your motion in life's ocean with your ship's tonnage. There's nothing like having peace of mind to collect your thoughts, but you gotta have faith in the whole process. You gotta trust it. Hey yo, it's nothing like collecting ducats, doing what you love to do. The only way to get it how you live is take a chance or two. Nobody gonna see it till you see it, so it's up to you. So if you vibe into this song, you ain't gotta ask me, do I like it? Just know that I love it. You got that creative control, you work within your budget. You post that content for consumption, then it's for the public. So don't let that go over your head like carry on luggage. Don't let that bag go over your head like carry on luggage. Carry on luggage. Carry on luggage. Don't let that bag go over your head like carry on luggage. Carry on luggage. Carry on luggage.
Flight crew, prepare for landing.
It's funny that you would say the art of pivoting OSD because what I think it was, I forget which live, but it's in the last couple of lives. I believe I touched on that. I would love to have a conversation with a few of you guys who put y'all time into it, put y'all money into it, and I think that could be a good conversation as far as how do y'all feel about that, as well as people who are chat goers because they are the audience. Duh. So I think all around the board, that is a good conversation to have, regardless if it's brought on by me or anybody else who has set rapport with other content creators and whatnot. I think that's a good conversation to be had. How do y'all feel about pivoting away from whatever your set topic was, or for your live, for whatever reason? If that's because, conversations were had amongst chat goers that piqued your interest, if somebody brought something up to you, a question or whatever, or even if you just had a random thought and decided you wanted to sway the conversation or your content, whatever which way you wanted to sway it or pivot it, especially if it's not on no negative ish. Now, if you're already doing negative content and it pivots to other negative something else, it is what it is. Because you was already doing, not you, anybody that's listening, but just in general, you was already doing something considered to be negative or whatever. So who cares if it pivots to something else that's negative? But if you're already doing like I said, if you're already doing a live, you have a set topic, and somehow the conversation sways another direction, and it's a positive direction. How do y'all feel about allowing that to happen, going with it, even if you do circle back to the initial topic, or would you rather just put a pin in it and maybe bring up whatever it was another time, so that way you can keep the main thing, so to say. Definitely a conversation, I feel, in my opinion. It could be a good one, especially if it's taken seriously. Because you have some people who don't much care for that, and that's content creators as well as people who are chat goers. They get some chat goers get a wee bit perturbed when the content creator doesn't keep the main thing, or if other people who are in the chat, or if people, whoever the guests are on the panel, if they don't keep the main thing, there's some content creators as well as chat goers who get annoyed by that, which I dig that too. It's not an issue. It's just a conversation. That was it as far as that. I like that name. FYI, if I do the live, I'm gonna steal that name. Art of pivoting. Ooh.
Ooh. What's up, V?
Nothing. One of my headphones has died on some ghetto mess, but we gonna rock out.
No, it's all good. I just want to come up here for a few and just show some love. I appreciate the support and all the shares that you be doing and just doing your thing as a content creator. Just want to come up here, show some love.
I appreciate that. Like I said, we cooler than the other side of the pillow. You know what
Hey,
I
like
will
a polar
say?
bear toe.
Okay. You know what I will say? I know you have your ears to the streets or whatever, just like I do.
Yeah.
I support all my folks, however which way I want to support them. Whoever has an issue with me or whoever I have an issue with, me sharing your stuff don't got nothing to do with them. The aim or the goal is never to drag you into nothing, nor do I believe or think or know you to be a weak individual who would even fall for nothing like that from anybody. So I feel like that notion being put out there is real ignorant all around the board. But even though I know you already know what's good, I just felt the need to say that because I don't particularly like that, but I'm trying to be good.
No, I appreciate that. And again, you were absolutely right. I already know what's up. That's why I never approached you on some Yo V, what you got going on. You doing nah, it's support and I do understand. What's understood don't have to be explained, on my
Exactly.
end. And what you did right there, of course, was just, putting it out there just for clarification on for those that don't get it, but I
Yeah, so they
definitely
can
get it.
dead that because I don't even like that. That just needs to be deaded. I don't like that. It gives weird. It gives underlining issue. And what you're not gonna do is use me shouting one of my folks out, however which way I choose to shout them out, as a crutch of the sorts to express whatever underlining issue may or may not be had.
Right, right. And at this point, how I'm looking at just everything, well, just as far as what's been said and stuff, you know, it is all manufactured to me, and that's why again I typed the art of pivoting. That's why I pivot around that stuff because it don't make any sense. So why make sense of something that don't make sense? People support who they support, they watch who they watch, and keep it like that. I don't be tripping about none of that stuff. That's why I've been carrying it the way I do because this stuff is YouTube, man. It's entertainment purposes only, and people support what they like and what they resonate with.
Exactly. And that's why I made it a point to say I don't understand, even though I do understand what all the hubbub is about, because I support who I support. And I've been supporting who I've been supporting for our grip before anybody had an issue.
Right.
So I find that to be funny, but so be it. That don't got nothing to do with me. But what's not about to happen is folks think they're about to try to start something because they think I'm trying to start something. But I feel like if you don't rock with me, same how if I don't rock with you, eyeballs don't got no business or ears being placed over here if you don't rock with me or care for me. As to I shouldn't be looking at nothing anybody else got going on who I don't rock with. And that's just simple. And I don't. So who knows who's talking about what they got going on. I look at what I want to look at. I skip past what I want to skip past. Shout out to the originator.
Skip,
And then
skip,
that's what I
skip.
do. If I want to, and really it's not even a matter at this point if I want to address something because that's a never ending wheel, you know?
Right.
Especially if folks
Exactly.
feel that if they're if certain particular people are hyper focused on me to the point where they want to try to make it some type of content or post whatever shady stuff on their wall. I said what I had to say about whoever I felt like I needed to say it about. I was very clear about who it was about, why, and whatnot. I don't feel the need. Everything else is just rinse, wash, repeat. If I don't rock with you, I'm likely to not rock with you. If we rocked before and we no longer rock, I'm not likely to rekindle that. So I don't really care about what you're talking about. I don't care how your masses receive it. I'm doing me and trying to
It
do it well.
exactly. That's exactly what I was just about to say. As long as you're just doing your shit. I listen, I say it every live stream. I do. You know, content creators should just do their shit. You know, people gonna watch and to pretty much piggyback off of what you were saying as far as, you know, you don't know why people watch this or that and the third. You know how it go, V, it's YouTube. People gonna watch a whole
Hmm.
plethora of things. So being that you on this platform, you go live or you put out shorts or whatever kind of content you put out, people gonna watch it. So the thing to be mindful of what you just said was just to do your shit. Cause you know, people gonna say what they're gonna say anyway. So you just gotta stay consistent and do what's conducive for you.
Word is bond. And it just tickles me. Hold on. It tickles me, and it's funny, no, ha ha, that there are people who have the thought process that when I speak on what I speak on, how I speak on it, it's in order to try to sway, excuse me, their masses away from them over here. But that is just counterproductive to me, especially once you have been binked and banned and you have shown yourself to not be somebody who means me well. So if I already have a good portion of your masses binked and banned, and I'm not actively going to them trying to be like, oh, this or that, why are you putting in some, have you put in so much work? Why are you trying to have people think that what I say is in order to sway them? I said what I said, and what I say is valid. So that was funny to me, but you either get it or you don't. Hey SBK, hey Run Buddy, good evening. How are y'all doing? Well, I hope. So I also didn't mind putting that out there, even though I've said that multiple occasions. Whatever I talk about is what I talk about, and none of that is an act or a way to try to sway people away who I have actively gotten far from around me. Does that make sense or no?
No, I understand it. What up, SBK? What's good, Runt Buddy? Um, no, it makes perfect sense. But again, we got to remember where we at. You know, people going to do things. People going to say things. People going to view things the way they do it. I even, you know, hear things and I'm just kind of like, what the fuck? Why would they even? But I like I've said before, you know, people go about getting their content a certain way. The ways that certain content creators might go about a certain way getting their content, I wouldn't do. But I have to remember, people up here for different reasons. All I can do is govern what I'm doing and continue to do what's conducive for me and what I got going on and focusing on that. Even though you have people that might take the time to do other things, that's on them. But for the most part, you just got to keep doing your shit, man. They're gonna talk. They're gonna have point of views, and that's cool. Because if nobody's saying nothing or nobody has any kind of views, you ain't doing something right. So I just take it all. You know, I take it all with a grain of salt, man, and just keep building on to the next piece of content.
That's it. That's it. And I be getting the urge to pop my shit, but I be chilling. And I listen to the because it be so it could just be so easy. I listen to the Doja Cat song with her and his weird self. What is his name? Called Urge.
Okay.
Rihanna's man. What's his name?
Oh,
Rihanna
ASAP.
man name. Yeah, his weird self. Bless him.
Hey, ASAP fire though. I like some of ASAP's earlier work.
Yeah.
ASAP fire. That last album wasn't bad either. It was fire.
When it come to him, Like a couple others, I just gotta focus on the artist because if I think about the man, I'm like, oh, throw it all in the trash. So I
Oh, well,
separate the
there you
two.
go. Nah, ASAP's dope. I rock with ASAP though. But and
So
that's the thing with music too. Music is a universal language. Everybody speaks it and everybody, understands it. Some other music is acquired taste too. So people just got different viewpoints, man. And
have you
the
ever heard
thing
that
about
song
it is,
before?
which one?
The song is Doja Cat and ASAP. It's called Urge.
No, I haven't heard that.
They got that shit in all capitals.
I gotta
I
check
gotta
that
fight
out.
the urge. Gotta fight the urge to talk my shit.
And you should talk your shit. Look, I don't see why you shouldn't talk your shit. Listen, this is YouTube. People like to hear people talk shit from time to time. Talk your
Nah,
shit.
because I'm not trying to be gang stalked, honey. I think folks is like, moving on
Well,
to
do
greener
what works for
pastures,
you.
and I like to keep that.
Well, do what works for
Even
you.
though I don't think they ever gonna stop, but
So that's the thing. Where's the what's the difference?
I don't think they ever gonna stop.
What's the difference? If people gonna talk about you, if you don't do this, and then they gonna talk about, hey, what's the difference? Just talk your shit. It's YouTube. Just talk your shit. Say what you gotta say, and keep it pushing. That's the most I could tell
Yeah,
you.
I
But
already said what I had to say. If they want to rethink about, the chin checking, they can just close their eyes and just go back. But it's recorded. I'm sure they got to record it, so they can just press replay and they can listen to me popping my shit about them. I'm good.
yeah, listen. This is entertainment purposes only. When we press live and we say our shit and do our shit, people just watching and listening. So it is what it is. At the end of the day,
That's it.
I don't. I hear and see a lot of stuff, man, and I just be laughing like, oh shit, man. YouTube is never ceases to amaze me, and
And I really be
it
having to
is what it
chill
is.
because you'll never want to be a Lou. You'll never want to be a Lou when you feel like you've been wronged. You never want to, never go full Lou. Like I already said what I said. I already done laid out the meat and potatoes as to why I feel how I feel, the
Hmm.
whys, the whos, the whats. You know what I mean? You never want to go full Lou. So I don't got time to be going panel to panel, channel to channel, chat to chat, trying to reiterate where the disrespect lied, how I feel about it, who I felt like didn't give a fuck. So I'm like, okay, you don't give a fuck, fuck you, excuse my language. I don't feel like reiterating all of that when folks already, unless they have some type of unknown or known mental health issue to where you can't grasp certain things that grown individuals, regardless if you're on YouTube or not, should have the ability to grasp. If they lack that, it is what it is. But what nobody should ever do when they feel like they've been wronged, you never go full Lou. Even if you ever went a partial Lou, don't ever go full Lou. Would you agree?
I'll just say this: when you up here, because you know how I go. You know how I go with me, V. The kind of platform, it's like this. You got to know what kind of platform you want to have, opposed to what platform other people want you to have. So if it's a
Exactly.
platform where you just want to talk your shit or just share your thoughts and opinions raw, uncut, do that shit. Or if it's a platform where you just kind of want to touch on just general topics and just speak on certain things, do that as well. But it always comes down to what you want to do, and the people that rock with it, they're gonna rock with it, and the ones that don't, they just don't.
Exactly. And I feel like I've been real consistent in that way. Besides from me allowing folks to get me out my body to a sort, but also some straightening needs to be had because you're not going to just, that wasn't going to just happen and nothing was going to be said. But moving forward, I don't feel the need to go backwards because that was definitely me going backwards, even though it's so easy to do that.
Yeah, I always want to go for it. Just always gotta go for it. Because going backwards, while you going backwards, you could be missing something that you you wouldn't have missed if you was going forward. But being that you took the energy to go backwards, you missed something, that you could have ran across going forward. So yeah, definitely go forward and just do your shit. People going to continue to do their content. You should continue to do yours and keep it pushing, because if you especially if you don't see no light at the end of the tunnel as far as an end goal or anything, yeah, you should definitely keep building on what you got going on.
Exactly. And there, as far as going back and forth with folks, actively hopping shit, talking junk about folks, there is no end game for that. Like I said, it's wash, rinse, repeat, because they gonna always have something to say about what I done said. And if I'm always feeling froggy and feeling the need to respond to it, nobody got time for that. Everybody knows what it is. There's no real gray areas as far as where I stand with folks and how I feel like folks stand with me. So, and that's fine. Just don't talk to me. That's it.
I get that. I get that. But as long as we up on these social media platforms where it's some type of access to the content creator, or from the supporter to the content creator, or the viewer to the content creator, people just going to be having things to say. And that's
Hmm.
why I put the art of pivoting. You gotta know how to pivot when you're on these platforms, man, because there's just a lot of things going 1,000 miles an hour, but you just gotta go at your own speed.
Exactly. And that pivoting really matters. It matters regardless of you trying to, you know, grow your channel, if you're trying to be monetized, or if you just want to do your thing like me. Just in general for your own well-being, that really matters because, like I said, it's so easy to just go there, but ultimately, what does that really get you? Especially if you're dealing with people or a person who feeds off of that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to feed that. I want to starve you. Because while I'm feeding you, because you get off of that, that's taking a lot out of me, and
Right.
that just doesn't make sense.
That's and
And
exactly
like
that's
you
why I
said, if
said
I
do
was
you.
with it, and if that's what I came on here to do, then it would definitely be easy, especially for some of these folks because they just make it so easy to break them down. But it's not even necessary, especially when the meat and the potatoes was somebody disrespected me, violated blatantly, and that didn't need to happen. And then instead of apologizing and then keeping it moving like a decent individual, they buckled down and unleashed an onslaught. And then you had a whole schlong of people that was with it and did the most. That's the meat and potatoes. And I reacted how I reacted to it. So it just is what it is. I'm doing my thing. I've been trying to do my thing. You know, hopefully everybody is well and they do their thing greatly and leave me alone. And never mind what I say or what I got going on, especially if you don't care for me. Ask yourself why what I say may or may not resonate with you. And if it doesn't, keep it moving.
Yeah. I mean, look, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. And again, you said it best. You're doing your thing. And I'm telling you, just keep doing your thing. You want to come up and go live and talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about, do that.
Right.
It just it works, and people gonna listen to it. If they don't, they don't. If they do, then they resonate with it. So just keep doing your shit for real. And yes, SBK digital footprints, man. I'm very I enjoy just the whole concept of digital footprints, because this is what we leave when we do videos up here on platforms such as YouTube. And you just got to be mindful of that. These videos is up and it's stuck.
Word is bond. I enjoy replays. I'll go back and watch somebody's replays from long, long time ago.
Yeah, Yeah, and that's the thing about those replays, those VODs, those videos on demand. You know, you can go back and capture that moment in time of, what was going on, opposed to what was happening in present day. Just that's just the beauty of digital footprints. I enjoy digital footprints. I like going back and watching replays and watching past uploads and stuff, because you can actually apply that to, what's going on sometimes, especially if you see something or have an observation. So, shouts out to the digital footprints.
Yeah, and it's interesting, regardless if that is in, you know, what sector it is. It's interesting how things can really be full circle moments. And you be
Yeah,
like, oh snap,
for real.
ain't
Like
that
things can
something?
definitely be full circle. You ain't never lied. I'd be like, what? Damn, this is so much information in a video. And you go back and listen to another video, you're like, damn, okay, all right. So yeah, it's definitely a lot of information, man. Just these videos, these digital footprints, man.
hmm And then the funny thing about digital footprints is like when you're the type of person, whether you're a chat goer or you do content or whatever, if you have been consistent and you don't really have too much quarrels about making it known where you stand on certain things, it's very interesting to see somebody or people put so much work into trying to put a narrative out or spin whatever they feel like they need to spin for whatever reason. When it's like, I've been very consistent as far as who I rock with, who I no longer rock with, why I don't rock with them. The fact that there's some people who I will just simply not rock with, and I won't even feel the need to make a big hoopla because there's really no need to make a big hoopla. If you, for whatever reason, don't want to rock with somebody no more, then you just don't rock with them no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, look, everybody
And you
has a
know what's
line in the
funny?
sand.
You know what's funny? Oh, I forget
What's up?
how long I've been rocking out with you. But I know it's one comment, and I think it was in one of the videos I shared to my wall, where I had commented on it like 11 months ago. So I want to say it's safe to say like at least over a year or whatever, right? So
Right.
anyway, I don't know if you recall, like when I first started coming into your chat or whatever, you were talking about a particular weirdo, and I was engaged. I was like, okay, let's see what's good. You know what I mean? And if you recall, there was another particular weirdo, because the first weirdo I mentioned, that's a man. You know what I mean? I don't rock with him because I found out whatever I found out, right?
Right.
And then I don't know if you also remember when you were discussing a particular blue-eyed devil, and when I was kind of still new into your chat, I let it be known that I didn't have no issue with her. You know what I mean? Do you remember? You probably don't remember me saying that, but I let that be known because I didn't at the time because I didn't know what I know now, right? So it's funny to me when people try to paint a narrative as if I was actively supporting a mother freaking pervert while knowing that they were a mother freaking pervert. That is so interesting to me and very rich, very, very rich considering the source of that narrative and their history with the particular pervert and their reasoning as to why, they made their stance very loud and proud about where they quote unquote stand on particular pervert. Because, Mad Day matters. So that kind of had me a little perturbed but then I had to remember, I don't really care about what whatever audience, whoever wants to believe something like that after I made it be known from the jump. Once I found out what I found out, that was a dub. I just didn't feel the need to make a big hubbub about it. I find out you on some other stuff, or you have a history of being on some other stuff. I'm gonna get you far from around me. Duh. You know what I mean? So I don't understand. I mean, I do understand, but I don't understand people who lack the ability to know that that's bullcrap. Does that make sense, or was that a bunch of nothing? Let me know.
I get what you were going at, and I understand the situation too. About you, being up on the panel with the particular entity, and having a conversation at that time and stuff, and then you saying you coming into the knowledge of what they had done and you dubbed it, and then hearing it from somebody, you know, bringing that up about you, and they got a history as well, and that's what I was speaking about digital footprints. You know what I'm saying? So it did happen. It was a moment in time, but you saying and stating that okay, you came to the knowledge just like other people saying that they came to the knowledge and they made a decision and moved accordingly from what happened. And you saying that is you pretty much putting it out there that that's where you at with it. Now, I'm not at no liberty, just like the next person, to say, hey, well, okay, this person knew that this person did this, but they still was rocking with them. One can assume that. One can assume that. But you saying what you saying, so you putting it out there and you making it clear that hey, once you found out, that's what it was. Just like others may have cleared, you making it clear that that's what happened. But that's just the thing about digital footprints because you can always, even though it might appear to be one way in somebody else's mind, it can always be registered as something else in somebody else's mind that's watching it from the outside looking in too. So, situation like that is just like, damn, but you learn from them and you move accordingly. So I get it.
Exactly. And the interesting thing is because, well, I don't think I hit their panel too many times, but I vividly remember, and this is the interesting thing about a sick person trying to, number one, get into female business, and number two, trying to instigate and fan and fuel whatever negative things that are going on in that female business. I'm not interested in having no back and forth with Selena. I don't even know what she has posted lately. I said what I said. She said what she said. I have no interest in hearing or knowing anything further to what she said. And I vividly remember, and I brought this up before, when I was on their panel, I vividly remember defending her against the Garrett because I felt like it was whack that he had brought her up and whatever back end conversations they had in regards to the sniper, if I'm not mistaken, in order for him to make his points as far as how he felt about him. I let it be known on that panel how I felt about that. And that was regardless if she asked me to or not. So what I'm not trying to have happen is have me have a back and forth with anybody, let alone somebody that I had no quarrels with before I knew and found out what I found out about them, in my opinion, who I had actively defended against somebody who has no quarrels with being vulgar towards women. I didn't have no issue saying what I said to him because that's how I felt. And that's how I still excuse me, that's whack. You know what I mean? And she is another one who I just moseyed on along. I never spoke on her or broadcasted how I felt, why I felt it, my need for this, my need for that. I kept it pushing. You know what I mean? She didn't appreciate me using her as an example, and I understand that. But she did what she does, and did the most, and did a whole live, and doing the most, and then all these posts on the wall and whatnot. Like, okay, have at it, honey. I'm not here to have no back and forth for nobody, especially to feed other people who get off on that. That's not what I got going on. So we can just nip that in the bud too. It is what it is.
I and okay. And I want to say first to shout out Selena because Selena's cool. She always slide through. Well, she slide through from time to time. No life be life with everybody, but when she do slide through, it's always love. So shout out Selena. And that's why 2V is just important to always, do your due diligence and just, look back at video. Like you say, you do look back at videos and see the history of, these entities and understand where you at and stuff. Because when you got, videos, or it's a history of, particular individuals that got that kind of stuff going on, and you on a panel and you talking to them and shit like that. That's how shit can appear that way. You know what I'm saying? Especially to those that already know what's going on with the individual. Like for me, and when it came to that individual, I was always like, nah, I never would rock with a motherfucker like that, or just off what the motherfucker was doing in the first place. But then coming to the knowledge of knowing that they had that kind of stuff going on, in their background and shit like that, I knew that's when that was just a definite nah. I would never fuck with no motherfucker like that or associate myself with nobody like that, just because of that shit and what was going on. But I see if it's people that say that they didn't know about it and they were just kind of just watching content and stuff like that. Then when they found out, they made their move. Okay, cool. I understand that, because some people just don't be knowing, and I have to take their word for what they say. I'm not at any liberty to tell anybody who they can't associate themselves with. I just know who I wouldn't associate myself with. And as far as like, the situation with you and Selena, I understand it might have been a miscommunication, and like I said, I think, just for my,
It wasn't a miscommunication. I was speaking,
well,
especially
I'll say
when
this
I was
because
with it, and I was speaking on how
a
you
situation.
know how the dude plays mind tricks, and how he had said openly, and I was right there when he said it, that once he knows that something bothers somebody, that's like a thing he uses when he's hyper focused on him. And he said to her, right to her ear, because I was in the chat, she was on the panel, that he knows that blah 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 bothers
Mm.
her. So whenever he feels the need to come for her or joke on her or bother her, he knows he's gonna say blah 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 to get whatever reaction. And
Yeah,
the point I was making, which maybe I should not have used that as an example, I should have just kept the main thing the main thing. I can say that
right.
was that I know that because he knows that I don't do disrespect and all that extra stuff, that's what he chooses to do in order to take a dig at me and get a reaction out of me, and in an attempt to, I don't know, try to humble me, because you know said before, I don't know who she thinks she is, or to put me in my quote unquote place, whatever, make an example, whatever, the aim was. But because I know that, because this person actively said that out of their mouth and I believe it to be true, the onus is on me to not even go for that. That was the whole meat and potatoes. And as a smart woman who who obviously knows what was going on at the time, she should have been able to understand that, especially since I didn't even say your name. But no, you want to flip it and try to make it seem like I'm being nice, nasty. How am I being fake or nice, nasty to somebody that I done been got far from around me a long time ago? Because I said what I would suggest is the next time, because there will be a next time when you're dealing with these type of people, especially if you want to still dwell in certain areas. You know what I mean? Ooh, what the heck? Um, that the next time, which that was solid advice, regardless what you feel like the intent was, somebody tries to use that against you or in a way to try to rattle you up, to not even allow that to happen, especially if it's coming from somebody who openly and blatantly said that it's something that they do in order to get a rise out of you. Bars. That was the whole meat and potatoes. And she understood that, but she did what she does and did the most in order to get and vie for attention from people who don't care for her. The same reason why she even took her ass on that panel. Why would you return anywhere where somebody blatantly disrespected you? I don't care what the history is. That don't make no sense. So I don't want to
But
have no back and forth with her. She knows she was on some bullshit. Excuse my language.
V, that's what it goes back to what I was saying as far as all we can do is govern ourselves in general, regardless of, of course, you got an opinion about just like the next person, when they see things up here, but, hey, listen, man, things going to transpire, things going to happen, and people going to make decisions that they feel is right for them. All we can do is look at it, observe,
Right. And instead of her
and govern
understanding that there was
what
a
we got
lot
going
going
on.
on at the time, she take the smallest thing and want to run with it in order to get a little kick. This is how you know somebody has an underlying issue with you when they already see what's going on, and they take the smallest thing to decide, oh, tag, I'm it. Let me try to get my little kick in. She tried to just Jamie, respectfully. No disrespect towards Just Jay, but you seen what she did to Just Jay and how she came. It was like a "Who are you" moment, and you try to just Jamie to sorts, and that wasn't going to happen. Especially when I already know what type of time you're trying to be on and why you're doing that. The same way she knew. I don't even know what Just Jay exactly what she said. Something about tapping on the shoulder, whatever, on some drunk shit. You know that girl, regardless how close you may feel she lives, she's not gonna go out her way to try to come and find you. But you did the most in response to that, as if somebody was going to actually come and try to find you. Hey, Krishna, good evening.
I'll just
You
say
understand what I'm
this.
saying?
Hopefully, yeah. Listen, I'll just say this. Hopefully, in due time, all this will get behind, you know, the parties and stuff because it's going miscommunications and differences going to happen. But you said that you was going to push forward, so I just say keep doing that. It'll time heals all, man. Time's going to keep going, and it's going to be what it's going to be. You just can't really spend too much time dwelling on that, especially if you said that you passed it and you're not really too worried about it. People going to have their thoughts. People going to share what's on their mind, just like you're going to do the same. So you just got to do you. Just do what you got going on, and just keep pushing and keep moving.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. And people just want to keep things going and then have other people want to add to it. And there's people who feed off of other people adding to it without even acknowledging or understanding. Like, it's not in support of you, it's in order to get a good little hee hee and ha ha. And we should all have greener pastures to tend to, unless, that's not what you want to do. But I think, not even think, I know that people take for granted and get it misconstrued when you are nice, when you are a regular person, a real person on YouTube who don't have the thought process like because it's YouTube, it's okay to just be an asshole. They take that and try to take advantage of that and then think that they can just treat you any old type of way. And I'm trying to really ignore because, like I said, it'll be a never ending thing, especially when you have people who get a kick out of that. But at the same time, that's not the thing to do. And I really want people to understand that that's not the thing to do with me. 'Cause I don't do that to other people. The fudge.
I understand that, I'm gonna say this before I get out of here. I'm gonna say this. I get that, and everybody is going to have their line in the sand of what they will and what they won't go for, and it does come down to the individual of letting people know what they let people know those things. So I just tell you, keep standing on 10 and doing the content that you want to put out, and if it's times where you want to address certain things that you feel is pointed in your direction, do it. Because everybody's doing it. Getting in the mix and saying what they're going to say because this is a platform where everybody has a voice, and don't feel like you can't because of for whatever reason. You're a content creator, so be creative. Say what it is that you need to say. Keep doing your thing. I want to say I appreciate just the support you give me with the shares and just the comments and just the words of encouragement and stuff. That goes a long way, which is also things to consider as far as like what you got going on, as far what you're trying to do, and I appreciate it all. So don't worry about the stuff like that. people gonna have disagreements, but don't harbor on it and just step into whatever it is that you're trying to do. You got a voice, you got a platform, utilize it, and just make it do what it do.
Cool beans. Word is bond. I appreciate that. And yeah, no problem. 'Cause like I said, we cooled on the other side of the pillow, and I support all my folks. SBK knows that. My girl F&M knows that. All my folks know that. If you got something going on, and I don't have nothing going on at the moment, I'm gonna support it. Arabia knows that. Everybody knows that. And I
Yeah,
appreciate everybody that supports me too. Even though I understand life be life, and then everybody got their own thing going on. So everybody can't be everywhere every time.
right. And that was just really the whole premise of me just coming up too. You've given me a lot of support. You definitely pulled up a few times. Well, I'll say I think about a few times like when I had a live and share some thoughts. Put a voice with the words. I say, yeah, let me go ahead and hit your link because it's not every time you go live and you got a link available. So I said, yeah, I'm gonna show some love and let you know that I appreciate all that and put a voice with my words and tell you thank you. And and also just to stay encouraged and keep doing your thing.
Good look. I appreciate that. You got to bring the jack back. You got to bring the phone line back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I still got it. Nobody really mentioned it, so I kind of just had it on chill. But I'll bring it back, so people can pull up and call in too. 'Cause I know sometimes the link can be a bit much, so a simple phone call will do it all.
Boom. Cool beans. I appreciate you coming up. I know you probably didn't plan on staying up this long, and I done talked your ear off, but
Oh no, you
I
fine.
didn't mind putting a few things out there, especially while I have you, especially while
Yeah,
I had you. I didn't mind putting it out there, especially while you're up here, because people just take the they just try to run with certain things, and we have an understanding as to what it is. All the other stuff is YouTube.
right. Exactly. And that's what it come down to. All the other stuff is YouTube. I understand we good. And I definitely, appreciate
Yep.
the support.
And you know what? Shout out to Selena. I shouldn't have used her situation as an example, especially how I know she probably feels about it as a woman. So that was on me.
Mm,
I don't mind whatever I said in response to what I felt, but I also don't feel the need to keep things moving, keep it going back and forth. So hopefully she feels the same way. If she doesn't, that don't got nothing to do with me because I'm just not going to look. I'll put her stuff on the list of people who I don't look, which I haven't been looking. But that's what happens when you don't keep the main thing the main thing. You allow for others to sway your stuff rather than you sway your stuff, and that's just anybody.
oh yeah. And shout out Selena and shouts out to you too. Y'all both two, content creators that I watch and I know y'all can continue to do y'all and man, this is YouTube and entertainment. It comes in various forms. And all we can do is just push through and do what's conducive for us once again.
Hmm.
So I definitely appreciate you, V, and thank you again for all the shares, our support, pulling up in the chat, calling in, all that stuff. Thank you.
Thank you. You know what it is, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Ooh.
Ooh. Shouts out to V. Hey,
Hey, have a good night. Thank you.
you have a good night as well.
One buddy, you said V actually dropped the link. Yeah, you want to hit it? You want to hit the link? I hope everybody's having a good night. I feel like that particular talk was much needed. Shout out to OSD. So definitely wanted to make sure that we had an understanding, to which I knew that already, but I just want others to know that so they can stop it. Stop it, why don't you? Cut it out, buddy. So I didn't mind kind of clearing up and straightening out a few things. just all around the board. Not really trying to be on no mess, even though I could, even though I should. There's no point. It is what it is. Sorry if I got a little turned real quick, guys. I went on a tangent. Certain things just are annoying to me, you know? My bad, OSD, because I definitely cut you off a few times, and the etiquette wasn't given. So my bad. Hold on. All in all, I think it was a solid conversation. One time for the one time, because y'all know I don't really be dropping my link like that. SBK, when's the next time you opening the bar up? And wait, no, I don't think OSD is going live tomorrow. It's either tomorrow or Saturday. I think he's going live Saturday. Either way, it's either Friday or Saturday evening. OSD be in chill mode. He really do. And I'm not trying to make it seem or have it come off as if I'm trying to drag him into anything, because I'm not even trying to be into anything myself. I know, I had said early on, buddy, I said, dang, Shelly's live. I'm going to have to catch her on the flip side, dag nabbit. I said that too. But I'm happy she went live. And I know she was going to go live on Monday, so we can do the check-in. Yeah, I definitely didn't want that to be the case. I don't even consider myself to even have any issues with anybody. If anybody has any issues, that's the issues they have. I'm good. I'm just rocking out. I feel how I feel about what I feel, but there's no real need to drag it. To me, the dust has settled, and I already know what's good. Anything more than that, shout out to the Ron. Anything less than that would just be uncivilized. We don't need to do all of that. Hold on. And we're in the thick of our the plight of series. So we really don't want to be hypocritical when webisode one of our the plight of series was passive aggressive women, the plight of a passive aggressive woman. So we don't want, when I say we, I mean me. I don't want to be a hypocrite, you know. That's about the only real reason why I even said anybody's name when I was talking with OSD. So I don't want to make it seem like I'm being passive aggressive or I'm throwing shots or I'm being shady. And just want to be very clear about what I wanted to be very clear about. So there's no real need for me to be shady on my wall. I gotta let my wall be sunny, guys, as well as what I decided to come up here and talk about. I have to make it a point to do that. I might have my moments, But never mind that. Don't worry about that. For the most part, we're going to try to make and keep our wall to be sunny. We don't want it to be shady. Because then that's going to have people thinking that I'm trying to be funny or whatever. And we don't want to have no back and forth to start mess. We said what we said. And when I say we, I mean me. Bars. Hold on. You said I'd be in my own lane. That should be the goal for everybody. And if you're in a particular lane that just don't suit you, it's okay to get your swerve on. Just use your blinkers. Use your blinkers so you don't have no accidents. That's all. I'm about to get out of here. Thank you to everybody who came into the chat to say what's up. Shout out to OSD. You're the only one that hit the link. We had a good talk. Sorry I cut you off. And shout out to the Cloud Dwellers and anybody who catches the replay. Have a good night. Bye.